Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Charitable Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However, you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know, we love bringing you feel good stories. We love being able to tell you about the good things happening in our area. One of those things, been doing it for a long, long time, Girls on the Run. You've seen them out in the community. We're going to spend some time today talking about how much fun they have and how wonderful of a program it is. Glad to have some of the ladies from there. First, we have Miss Lane Bordelon, the president. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having us.
All right, appreciate that. Next to her, Miss Andrea Nakan, the program director. Thanks for joining us. Absolutely. Sitting next to her, Miss Angel Duplantis, who is a coach and does so many different things, and a recent award winner here with Girls on the Run. Angel, thanks for being here. And Miss Tanya Harris, a friend and colleague of mine, many, many years, although she's way younger than I am, who's a new board member. Miss Tanya, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, very good. So, for those people, Miss Lane, who maybe don't know what Girls on the Run is, can't imagine anybody in our area not knowing that or in our viewing area. Let's just talk a little bit about Girls on the Run, some of the history and the fact that you guys have been here for a while.
Yes, so Girls on the Run is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to creating a world where every girl knows and activates her limitless potential. We want girls to feel free to boldly pursue their dreams. Our mission is to inspire girls to be joyful, healthy, and confident using a fun, experience based curriculum that just integrates running into it. It's not just about the running.
Right, right. And that's what people think all the time. It's like Girls on the Run, man, they're going to go out there, they're going to make me run. I'm going to have to go run a half marathon. Then they're going to make me run a marathon. And that's not what it's about. But that is the basis for getting people up and moving. It's one of those thoughts where if we get somebody to do one thing and accomplish something small, it teaches them that they can accomplish lots of things.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So it's for a little more info, it's an after school program.
Right.
It is for girls 3rd through 5th grade for Girls on the Run. And then we have a program for slightly older girls called Heart and Souls, and that covers 6th through 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's all about showing them you can set a goal and you can work towards it, and then that feeling of accomplishment when you achieve it, and then it kind of sets off this snowball of being able to realize you can do anything.
Right, right. I love it. Now, how long have you been involved?
So I've been on the board for 5 years now. This
Right.
is entering my second year term as board president. So I love the program.
Yeah.
When my daughters were at Mulberry, they participated. I've got 3 daughters, so
Oh, my.
anything dedicated to improving girls' confidence and teaching them how to interact with friends and be a good friend and
Right.
be a supportive friend is just important to me, and I want to be a part of it.
I love it. I love it. Andrea, how about you? How long have you been involved? And tell me what Girls on the Run means to you.
So I started as the program director in 2018. I applied for the job, received it, and it's just a sense of good feeling for
Right.
the girls that when they get that accomplishment. I have 3 boys at home, so this is kind of like my girl time.
Oh, this is girls' time. This is like, I'm getting
This is
away from the
yeah.
guys, right?
This is
Yeah.
kind of like my girl time, and I can get away and say I'm working on Girls on the Run.
Right.
So
right.
it really is such a fun program to be a part
Right.
of, and I just love it so much.
So balance in your life. I got it. Yeah. Get away from boys, what they think, do, and say.
Correct.
Right. Let me hang out with the girls for a little while. I can appreciate that. Angel, tell us about this. You've been doing this for a little while now, and like you've made a difference in so many kids' lives as a coach. Let's talk about that a bit.
Oh, well, thank you. So I originally was exposed to Girls on the Run with my niece. I was her running buddy for her reindeer run. And being at that event and seeing these hundreds of girls so excited to run this race and that they can do, something hard that they worked hard for all season was just really special. So I started coaching at St. Bernadette in 2019 and recently got on the board last year. It's very near and dear to my heart. Like they said, anytime you can encourage girls to know their full potential is just a very special thing.
I like it. How old was your niece when she did her reindeer run?
She was probably in the 5th grade and she's a senior now.
Yes. Isn't it amazing? Like we talk about timelines,
Yes.
but that's kind of why I mentioned that, right? So she's 10,
Right, probably
right?
10,
And now
yes.
she's 18.
Yes.
And that's just so very cool just to see and to watch her growth too, right? You got
Right.
to see her as a little girl grow into this young woman and see how Girls on the Run was a part of that, right?
Absolutely.
So she stayed involved in Girls on the Run? to the
Right.
reindeer
So
run?
she did it to fifth grade,
I love
and
it.
she's a very confident young woman. So I definitely think that it was a great program for her to have
Well,
been a
speaking of,
part of.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of confident women who love to be able to share that and be a part of that for other people, Tanya, how long have you been involved? And you're a new board member, right?
So, Keith, I think I am embarking upon my second month here. So, I'm really, really new here, but super
Yeah.
excited to be connected with some women that are extremely passionate about serving the community and more so, Keith, about helping the young girls in our community. So, love their mission, love what they stand for, and love the work that they're doing with our young ladies.
You know, I got to tell you, just last week we got a chance to talk about an inaugural event that took place this weekend about mentorship, and I think truly that grew out of the concept for helping young men and develop young men because of what Girls on the Run has been able to do for young ladies and young girls. I believe that it's that impact in our community being here and being able to see what can happen for young girls who can really just be able to figure out, you know what? I can kind of do anything I want to do if I put my mind to it, right? And it's about showing them opportunity. I put up a sign in our office the other day that opportunity is now here. Girls on the Run is an opportunity for girls to just come into their own, figure out who they are, and to learn how to do that in this world where we can find a way to be around each other, be nice to each other. We don't have to step on other people to get where we want to go. We can do it together, right? And so, Len, it's one of those things where I think people, they hear about Girls on the Run, they know that you're in the community. Let's talk a little bit about the history and how long we've been here.
Yeah. So Girls on the Run was started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1996, founded there. We began in Houma in 2011 with just 24 girls here in Terrebonne Parish. Since then, we have served over 4,000 girls. That's in Terrebonne Parish, Lafourche Parish, St. Charles Parish, and we do have the ability. We cover St. Mary Parish, and we're really trying to
Right. I know
to
y'all are trying to
grow.
broaden out there.
Yes,
Right?
so
We
if
talk
any-
about it every time y'all
Yes.
are on. Right. So if we know people in the St. Mary area, it's a
Yes.
shout out.
Connect us.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You see who they are right there, and I appreciate that being up there. But you guys take such pride in what y'all do, in
Yeah.
being able to bring these programs out. And so actually there's more than 200,000 girls, 8 to 13, that participate across the United States and Canada. That is such a powerful number,
Yeah.
really. And we got 4,000 of them here, right? That have been impacted
Yes. Since 2011.
since 2011. So
Yes.
very,
And some
very
of them
cool.
have been going on to do amazing things. So
Yeah. And so y'all, we've done 4,000 here. There've been 2 million transformed, inspired, and empowered. 3 very important words: transformed, encouraged, and empowered.
yeah.
I actually went to graduate school with those ideas. Those were the pillars of what we did. And y'all are doing that for young girls. And so we're doing that, I know, with board members. And Tanya, one of the newer board members. Let's talk a little bit about the curriculum. And we've got a little flyer that we're going to put up as well about that.
Absolutely, Keith. You know, the organization does a really good job of embracing 6 C's, and that is, of course, building competencies within the young ladies. That's hugely important as we move forward and grow. Confidence is huge as well. So we want to make sure that each young lady has confidence within herself as well. Character, building strong characteristics within the young ladies. And I think my favorite, of course, is care. Being a registered nurse, care is so closely tied to well-being as well. And that's hugely impactful as well, is making sure that each lady cares about themselves as well. Another characteristic, of course, is connections, making sure that the young ladies are well connected within the communities and building and developing connections within our communities. And lastly, contributions, making sure that we are helping the young ladies create pathways where they can contribute and give back to their communities and societies.
Well, and again, some of those things are so very important because those are going to carry them through their whole life.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
If we can, and think about that. Think about the budding educators and nurses when we teach girls that, you know what? It's okay to be nice to people. You know, in a world where Mean Girls is one of the things that people, watch and think about, we can be the nice girls, and that can take us a long way. I love those ideas and those pillars for what people can kind of build on and think about for those kinds of things. So let's talk a little bit about the coaches.
Sure. So as a coach, it is a 10-week commitment. It's a 10-week program. We lead the girls throughout the season. We actually have a curriculum that's about 45 minutes, and the remaining time is spent walking, running, jumping, hopping, skipping. It doesn't matter what they do, as long as they do movement, and that movement is tied into the curriculum that we go over in that day, that class.
Right.
It ends with a 5K, a celebratory 5K.
Right.
And it's just a tangible accomplishment for them. You know, they've worked all season long, either walking or running, and to finish the 5K and to do something really hard is just a really big accomplishment to see the girls,
Yeah.
take part of.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, the reindeer run is going to be on December the 3rd.
3rd,
right?
yes, sir.
December 3rd. And again, that's one of those things where when you get introduced to it, as you did with your niece on the first reindeer run as her buddy, right?
Right.
That's just so very cool to kind of watch and see. It's really neat for me to see those relationships that get built over the years, but it's also really cool to see some of those young girls doing it for the first time, and maybe, just maybe, the first physical challenge that they have, right? First
Yes.
challenge that they get that they really accomplish
On their
something.
own,
Yeah.
without mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's just them,
Right. Right.
by themselves accomplishing something hard.
And developing, kind of like Tanya was talking about, being able to develop these young women with this sense of identity and this idea that they can do some things on their own and become independent
Yes.
is so very powerful, so very neat. So Andrea, tell us a little bit about what's coming up this year.
So we are going to have our coach training on August 27th.
Okay.
We are still accepting new sites. We are currently at 18 sites. We're hoping to reach our goal of 25 for
Oh
the
my
fall.
goodness. But y'all have 18 already?
We have 18
That's
sites already.
fantastic.
Yes.
Wow.
And so we're hoping to reach about 300 girls this season. Last year, our number was 333. So we'll
Okay.
hope to beat that. We also have a new board of 16 people.
Okay.
So that's new this year. And each team, they complete a community service project in the community.
Okay.
So that gives back to our community as well. They can do letters to veterans. They can do, we've had participants paint their schools
Mm-hmm.
to give the school a new life.
Wow.
A few things like that. And I think our reindeer run on December 3rd, we're hoping to reach over 1,000 people this year.
Oh my
Last year, our
goodness.
attendance was about 1,000. So
1,000,
we're hoping
right.
to reach a little bit over that
Right.
and just continue to grow our program.
Wow, very cool. And so you mentioned that the new board members, that's always nice to bring in. Like Tanya's one of those new people coming in, a different
Yes.
perspective, somebody with some new energy. You know, I know the people that started the program years ago. They're dear friends of mine, and they spent tireless time and energy. It's nice to kind of pass the baton, if you will, for the run, for the next relay or the next leg of the run,
Yes,
if you will.
I
And
can
so-
definitely tell you that Ellen Dosky, Laura Ramirez, and
Right.
Monica Marcel have paved the way for us to learn about
They have.
girls on the run in the community.
They have. I love the fact that not only are we teaching young girls about how to become their very own and what they need to do, but we're celebrating those people that make that huge difference along the way. Tell us a little bit about this remarkable volunteer award.
Yes, I'm so excited to share that our very own Angel Duplantis has received this award from Girls on the Run International. So this is not
goodness.
just a local recognition. The award is, I'm going to read it just so
Please
everybody
do.
knows
Just let people
exactly
know
what
what
it's
the award
for.
is. That's fine. Go ahead.
It is a national, it's called the Remarkable Volunteer Award. It is a national volunteer recognition program designed to shine a light on the inspirational and transformative impact that volunteers have on the Girls on the Run participants and communities.
Right.
So not only has she been on our board for 2 years,
Right.
but we all heard her talk about, she has been volunteer coaching. She has been an advocate. Even before she was on the board, we could call her up to represent Girls on the Run.
Right.
She just has done amazing things for the organization and is such an asset to the community, to the organization, to the board. So we are just so proud of her and so excited to be entering her second year on the board. So
Okay, very cool. So congratulations, most importantly.
Thank you.
Tell me when you first learned you knew about the award, right?
I didn't know anything about the
Oh, wow.
award.
Okay.
she found out last week, I think?
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about that information and when you got it and what you were thinking.
Yeah, so last week at our monthly board meeting, Ami Johnson, who's not here today,
Right.
had said that she had put me up for the award, had nominated me for the award.
Okay.
And I made it. I was very surprised. It's just something that's very near and dear to my heart. And when you feel, I don't know, when you love something so much, how could you not share it? And how
Right.
could you not push this nonprofit? And I just love it. I absolutely love it. So anytime they need me to do something, if I can fit it in my schedule, I'm there to do it because I do love it so much.
It's quite obvious. And so a wonderful representation of what it is to be passionate about helping people. And that's what makes the difference. So thank you for being a community leader and making a difference. That's just a really big deal. So we appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about Ghouls on the Run. We'll take the focus directly off of you if that's all right.
Thank you.
But again, that's something again that you're passionate about, and this is one of those really cool things that y'all do.
Yeah, so Ghouls on the Run is going to be a lot of fun. It's October 21st. And
Okay.
what's special about Ghouls on the Run for the community and for the girls, it's a 1.5 mile run.
Yeah.
$10 to sign up. Again, it's October 1st. It's going to start at 9 a.m. and they can wear costumes.
Right.
It's about midway point of our season.
Okay.
So
About that 5-week part.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
5 weeks in. So the girls have, kind of gotten used to the heat and running or walking.
Right.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. We appreciate Jonathan Foray for including us with the
Rougarou.
Rougarou Fest
Right.
and allowing us to do Ghouls on the Run.
Right. And so again, it's going to be October 21st. It's going to be part of the Rougarou Fest, and it's part of what Jonathan and his group does. And so very excited about that. In fact, yesterday I know somebody just raised some money for them. I love the fact that y'all are a part of that and are doing that. October 21st, 1.5 mile run, about halfway through the Girls on the Run season. And so we know that it's important to raise money. We know that y'all are a nonprofit. Elaine, let's talk a little bit about where the money goes.
Yes. So all of our events support our scholarship fund. So every girl who registers for Girls on the Run, it's based on a sliding fee scale on their household income. So even if a girl registers and can't afford to pay a single dollar towards it, we have scholarships that will cover her entry. It's $130 for a girl to participate. So that's what everything covers. We want to make sure that no girl is ever turned away because of financial needs, and we want to just keep Girls on the Run in our community, creating joyful, healthy, competent young ladies. And so you can register. I think already we should have it up under
Right.
Support Us on our website.
Okay.
You can register for Ghouls on the Run,
Okay.
open to the public, as well as the Reindeer Run. And I wanted to say earlier, if you come out to the Reindeer Run, even as just a spectator, or if you run it, like, I dare you not to cry. When you see those girls crossing the finish line and their coaches putting the medals on them, it is just, I'm a cry talking about it.
No, I know. You got me.
Yeah.
That's good. So, Aaron, put that website up if you don't mind for people to be able to reach out. And so I want people to be able to know how they can get more information. Again, you can go to www, and that's GOTR, Girls on the Run, BayouRegion.org. Phone number's right there, 95855-4319. Or you can reach out to Ami. She'll always respond to you, I promise. Very dedicated and part of Girls on the Run. She's been there for a very long time. And so exciting. When do things officially kick off?
So the new season for the fall is going to start on September 18th. So
September
it is
18th.
not too late to establish your school site. We're still looking for more. We want to do bigger and better than last year.
Right, ready for more school sites. We need at least 7 more, right, to hit our goal. We got 18 right now. We need 7 more. I'd like to have 8 more. We'll do 26, and that way we can up the ante next year. 333 girls last year did it. We want a little bit larger than that if we
Yes.
can, right? So always looking to grow, and we know that if we can, it's one of those things that we learned many, many years ago. So Tanya, Angel, Andrea, and Lane, I know that one of those things is if we make a difference in one person's life, in one little girl's life, and that changes their trajectory, we've done some good. And y'all have done it with 333 last year. And so that's 333 times
Yep.
what most people do. Angel, congratulations again on the award. Very, very well deserved for everybody that knows the hard work and passion that you put in. Congratulations as a new board member. Looking forward to great things as a program director. And as a president, I know you can't be more proud
Yeah.
about what's happening. Ladies, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And this is a shout out for more volunteers and people to get involved with Girls on the Run. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.